Hello folks, welcome to Lester's Custom Truck Shop. Starting on a Cobra 2000, belongs to a good friend of mine, Noble, down here in Florida. Some of you may have even talked to him on the radio, 549. But got it out of the box, was checking it out. Two things I noticed right off the bat. There's no receive light, and both the meters are stuck in about the same spot. Got that one to come down a little bit. They're stuck pretty good. Well, this radio's seen a lot of use. Look down underneath the channel selector right there. Somebody's been spinning that channel selector a lot. Clarifier's been used. Not as heavy though as the squelch and the volume. Those shiny spots on there. And wore through the clear coat. And we got a knob down here in the front. Feels like a switch, probably for extra channels. Oh yeah, look at there. Well, we'll fix all that. Put the 3-digit red display in here. Okay, the on-air light works. And we are actually transmitting. Don't worry, it's hooked up to a dummy load. Okay. Well used radio, but seems to be working okay. I got to check out the receive. Make sure receives okay. No problems, I will continue. Alright, I will be back. Okay. Got it on the signal generator. And of course, the meter is still stuck. But it's sounding kind of staticky. Hear that hissing noise in the background? A signal this strong, you shouldn't hear any hiss. I don't know if the camera can pick that up or not, but some white noise coming in there with the signal, and that shouldn't be. That says that either receiver is out of tune or it has a problem. Is that static coming in with the tone? And let's turn the tone off. How do I do that? I know there's got to be a way to do that. Okay, yeah, CW. Alright. That's what I'm talking about right there. I got all kind of signal strength coming out of the RF generator, but the meter is stuck, so I can't count on that. It did come up a little bit and then stuck again, so can't really go by the meter, but I know you can hear that white noise now. There shouldn't be any noise. It should just be stone quiet. And that's with the generator off. RF generator off. Now I got nothing. Okay, well that's something else we'll take care of. And the lights in the meters are very dim. They may have pushed back out of their sockets. I'll take care of that. Okay. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, Noble, here's the inside of your radio. There's that extra channel switch I was telling you about. And I'm not really sure what that is. I guess they wanted to do something with the clarifier. It doesn't look like they've messed with the switchboard, so that's good. And the hack job over here don't look too bad. Should be able to fix that fairly easy. And somebody has run a power lead up to here. What for, I don't know. And all kind of goodies in here. I think that's the audio jack that they took out of that spot, which I'll put it back in there, because we're not going to need an extra hole for that. That's how they did the clarifier. And that little wire over there to it. It was a quick job. A real quick expansion job. Okay, and that's what the bottom cover looked like. A little bit dusty. A little bit my ass. It's a lot dusty. So, and the top is the same way. Pretty dirty in there. I hate dirty radios. And I wonder if they got long enough leads on those lights. You think? Looks like they could have wrapped them around the radio once or twice. I guess they didn't know how to cut them. I can tell that the PLL chip had been changed. It's got an 8719, of course, because it had extra channels. And it's got the old 113258 HC3 crystal in it, which we'll be changing that to one of the less common crystals. It's got the old gray caps in it, so I'll probably change a bunch of those. If you like that one right there, I don't know if you can tell or not, but in the camera, but see how it's bulging up? Yeah, maybe you can see it that way. See how it's kind of bulging there on the bottom? Or top, or whatever you want to call it. It means it got hot. So it needs to be replaced. And it looks like that one did the same thing. So pretty much all the caps in here are going to need replacing. Or else it'll just quit working one day and you'll wonder what in the world. And if I'm not mistaken, those look like the original finals. So we should be good there. And I'll update the power supply and the counter. All right. Let's see, did they cut out the... No, I don't think they did. They didn't cut out the limiter. How about that? At least it don't look like it from here. They could have cut a leg on it. You know, I'll find out when I get into it. Anyway, that's what we're looking at. All right. I'll be back. Okay, Noble. Here's your radio. You can see all that crap's gone out of here. I have a special solution I spray these things down with, and it just washes all that nicotine and crap right out of the radio. See how nice and pretty that is? One thing about it being covered with nicotine and dust, it looks like it preserves it. Look how shiny that frequency counter cover is. Everything's all nice and clean, and I've started the mod, so wanted to show it to you all cleaned up. I've got the Cobra adapter installed. Got the cable coming from the channel switch, the pigtail already connected and plugged into the board to make sure everything still worked. And it does, of course. It works like it's supposed to. But don't that look nice? All this area up in here is clean. Really, really nice now. Alright, I'm going to get back to it. I'll be back. Okay, got the old meters out. Like I said before, they were both sticking, and they were also really yellowed in the back. That one where those old bulbs were. He had replaced the bulbs in them, but the meters were not very bright. Anyway, I got two new white face meters we're going to put back in there with a white LED behind them. I'm replacing all of the bulbs with LEDs, so you won't have any more burnout problems. Okay, and I'll be back. Okay, Noble, here we go. Got the board installed, got the new white face meters installed. I kept the red display like you wanted. And we mounted the board. I'll turn down that radio. The board is mounted on top of the frequency counter. What I did was use some the brass PC mounting studs, the nuts there that they use to mount motherboards and computers with, and soldered them to the top of the counter cover. Actually installed 4 of them. It worked out pretty good. Now I don't have the wires all tied down yet, but I'll get to that. And got the adapter mounted. As you can see, inside of this radio is beautiful. Now that I cleaned it up, I replaced some capacitors in here. Got a few more to replace, but that's where I'm at so far. And I need to continue working on the slide. Haven't done that yet, but I am about to do that, and I've also got to hook up the option switches for the LC6400, or 6404 I should say. But that's the progress so far. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, got the shotkeys installed. Let's see, they're right down there. I don't know if you can see them or not. Get some better light. Right in there. Right there. There's 2 of them. And right there is the other 2. Okay. And the high gain, low noise transistors are in. That one and that one. TR14, TR15. And I am continuing on. Getting ready to broadband receive. I'll be back. Okay, folks. Les with Lescom back again. Still working on this 2000 for my friend Noble. And Noble wanted the mic jack converted to a 4-pin, so we've done that. Here's the wiring for the switches. The display select switch is now in the phone's position, and the get and save switch for the favorite channel is now in the aux position. Okay, there was already switches in that position. The aux jack and the phone jack were wrapped up with electrical tape. I insulated them a little better, tied them down securely so that they can't short out anything. Same thing with the 5-pin mic jack PC board. I've got it insulated. And just giving you an overview of the bottom of the radio. Nice clean radio. Alright, I'm going to flip it over and fire it up. I'll be right back. Okay, waiting on a decal. I went with Fred at Gamma Ray Graphics. He's an eBay seller. And he's doing me up one like I requested, and hopefully we'll get it in today. But there's the 3-digit display, and I'm going to change the display select so you can see the differences. Okay, that's actual channel count. It goes from 1 to 192, showing you how many channels you have in the radio. That is the blank window. If you don't want someone to see what channel you're on, put it in that position and put the clock counter in the clock position. Nobody will know what frequency you're operating on. That is the frequency mode. You imagine a 2 in front of that and a 5 behind it. You have 26975, just like it says on the counter. Okay. Wrong way. And that is band channel. That's position 1. That's band channel. Now, I've updated all of the bulbs inside this radio to 12-volt LEDs, white LEDs. And I didn't just install the 12-volt LEDs, I actually did put a current limiting resistor on each one, so they should last forever. Okay, and that about does it. This is the scan. Put it back on the scan up, scan down. And let me open the squelch so you can see what it looks like with it unsquelched. If you receive a signal, that's what you'll see. And when the signal goes away, it goes back to scanning. Scans up or scans down. Now, another feature, instead of having a band up, band down switch, you now just have a band switch. It's either going to be called well, it's called the channel selector switch. In the down position, the channel selector changes the band. See how the band and channel show up? Each click moves it up or down 45 channels. Okay? All the way down to like band A. And take it out of that mode, and the channel selector moves the channels again. This channel selector dirty. That's the only bad thing about it. I like to use the channel selector, I've told you before, because those controls that they use on a lot of the other boards feel very, very flimsy, and I just don't like those. So I've rigged up my boards to use the channel selector, and I've got a lot of good comments for doing that. People love it. Alright, well, waiting on the decal. Like I said, hopefully the decal will get here today, and if it does, then we'll get this thing all done up, and out the door she'll go. Now, this is where I mounted the LC6404. I soldered some brass studs, actually the computer motherboard mounting studs, to the top of the frequency counter cover, and mounted the board there. Turned out really nice. It keeps it out of the way of the radio, all the stuff inside the radio, so you can work on the radio, do alignments, whatever you need to do, and the board is out of the way. And I can ship these to you if you request it when you order one of these, either the 5304 or the 6404. If you're going to put it in a Cobra 2000, I can send you some of the brass standoffs, and you can do the same thing with yours. Okay? All right. As soon as the decal comes back in, I will be back. Hello folks, Les with LesCom again. Still working on that 2000. I didn't remember if I'd got a shot of the underneath the control board. There's the auxiliary jack. There's the phone jack. I've got double-sided tape, 2 layers of double-sided tape on the bottom of the phone jack PC board, and then I've got it stuck to the chassis. And there's the insulation for the 5-pin mic board. I now have a 4-pin mic connector hooked to it in place of the 5-pin. That's what the customer wanted. Alright, just thought I'd show that to you. I'll be back. Okay, LesCom fans, here it is. It is finally finished. Noble, I hope you enjoy it. It is a Cobra 2000 GTL, the LesCom version. It has the LC6404 board in it. It has brand new white face meters, custom face decal from Gamma Ray Graphics. Has the display select mounted down in the front, and the favorite switch mounted down in the front. Squelch scan is where the speaker switch used to be. Most speakers are wired on all the time. I left the A&L noise blanker switches alone, didn't use those. And there's the channel switch selector. With it in this position, the channel switch changes the channels. If you move it up to band, it changes the bands. Like right now we're on band D5. There's E5, A1, which is 26065. Okay, and then we'll go to B1, which is yeah, that's right, B1 starts at 515. This channel selector is wore out. That's the only bad thing about using channel selectors on these older radios. There's C1, we're on channel 1. D1, 27415, and E1, 27865. Now, when I put it back in the channel, you see it shows up as channel 86. These radios, the PLL in them only has 192 channels, and it will go right on up to 27975. And one more click will take us back around to -90, which is 26065 or band A1. Now these bands match the export radios, so you can keep up with them, but it won't go into 10 meters in this range because there's just not enough channels in the chip. Someone asked me, well, why don't you install a crystal switch? Well, the main reason is the radio won't cover that much. It will, but the receive and transmit drop off at the ends, even with it broadbanded, because there's only so much you can do without literally replacing a bunch of components, mainly the coils. Alright, and I've already showed you the display select switch, but I'll show you again. In position 5, it's channel 1 reference. Okay, all channels are based on channel 1. Like right now we're on channel 1, 26965. If I drop down one channel, you see it goes negative. Negative 01, which is 26955. Okay? Get back on channel 1. Alright. The second position is channel count. It goes from 1 to 192, showing you your channels. In other words, how many you have, how many addresses are in that PLL. For channel 1, it's actually channel 91 out of the group, or position 91, slot 91, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and then straight up, position 3 is the blank screen. Okay, just a little blank box up there. And you can put this on time, and no one will know what channel you're on unless you tell them. Okay, that's position 3. Position 2 is frequency reference. 26965. You just imagine a 2 in front of it and a 5 after it, and you know what frequency you're on. Okay? Not exact, of course. Clarifier is going to move it around, but it's a quick, easy way to find out what frequency you're on. Let's say that, well, your counter quits. Oh no, what frequency is that? Well, you dial it over here to position 2, and you know what frequency you're on. Okay? Now, position 1 is your band channel selection. Okay? C01 is band C channel 1, which is CB channel 1. Alright? Okay, I'm going to put it back on channel 1 reference, which is position 5. That seems to be everyone's favorite mode. But you do have the other modes available to you if you decide to use them. Now the get save switch does just that. Your favorite switch, I should say. Saves your favorite channel. And I've already got 27465 saved in here, so if I flip this switch up, you see the radio jumps to uppers channel 46. Okay? Now, the way you save a channel, let's say you didn't want to save 46. Let's say you wanted to save channel 38. Come over here, put the selector in whatever channel you want, and then come over here and push the switch down. This is a momentary switch. Press it down, and watch what happens when I press it down. Okay? Now we're on channel 38. Alright, let's go up a band. Okay, now we're in band D, uppers 83. And I want to get back to channel 38 real quick. Push this up, I'm on 38. Okay. Now I've decided that I wanted to be on want to be on band D, but I want to be on channel 46. I go to band D and then slide down to 46. Now I want to save that as my favorite. So press this down. Okay, frequency saved, the channel is saved. Okay, on E91, uppers 91. Push this up. Back to channel 46. Now it doesn't change modes for you. You will have to manually change the modes. Okay. Alright. If you have any questions, email me at lcts13 lcts@gmail.com. Okay, I ran out of space on the last memory card, so I had to switch out the memory card. It uses the that type of memory, and that one's full, so I had to change it out. But I was saying, if you have any questions, you can contact me at lesscomm.com. That's LESCOMM.com. Okay? All right. Thanks a lot.